What's up, people? Um, this is me again, Jonathan, JK, that dude. Now I'm just doing another blog again, another vlog entry, if you will. Uh, it's been a while since I did one. Kind of expressing my thoughts this time around via video, as we're doing a word post on my blog like I usually do for my first post of the new year, if you will. It's welcome to 2014, everybody. It's here. I'm looking forward to seeing what we got in store for this year. I'm expecting a whole lot of different changes and things going on right now. Um, some new stuff going on in my life. I'm just waiting on it to get here and seeing where it go from here. Um, it's been a while since I've probably felt this good about the new year moving forward. Um, if anybody's seen my blog, this time last year I was still trying to get over a lot of crappy things happening to me, all in succession. Uh, from the end of 2012, and then on top of that, just stuff that was still somewhat going on at the beginning of 2013. Um, it was rough ending and wasn't exactly the best start I wanted for 2013. But overall, I can honestly say it was a pretty good year. I considered it like my rebuilding year, if you will. Um, it was very life changing, and sense in the sense where it opened my eyes to a whole lot of things. Um, I saw a lot of stuff that I saw the world a lot differently than I thought I probably would have in the past. Um, my eyes got opened up to new experiences, new people. Um, I mean, like I said, a lot of good things happened for me. They kind of turned that whole. They made me kind of forget about what happened at the end of 2012. It was a pretty good deal, I can honestly say. Uh, I like where I was heading from that point on, so it's a big deal. Now, usually, most people got New Year's resolutions, and I usually do myself, but I have a hard time staying committed to a lot of said resolutions. So I'm really not making any sort of like guaranteed resolutions, but more like I want to be able to try to keep moving forward from what I did last year. Um, one resolution in particular that I made last year, I have made in consecutive years, and haven't really stayed committed to it. Um, it's been very difficult to stay committed to it just because it's overcoming one of my fears, and it's one of those things that's always been a challenge for me trying to conquer my fears because it's just ugh. I mean, they tell you all the time, take baby steps, don't try to rush through it, and it's hard not to rush through it when you're impatient and you want so many things to happen for you at an instant, and then sometimes you gotta take that time and every now and then to say stop and smell the roses every now and then because you don't get to have those moments every now and then. So yeah, I try to, but and in part I just kind of been sedentary as opposed to moving on, trying to get past that fear. It's very difficult for me to try to when you have seen so many things that make you uh what's I'm looking for. We see so many things that kind of make you want to run from it so badly, like you just like trying to stay away from it, and because you're worried the worst is going to happen to you. And I'm trying not to think like that. I'm trying not to have that mentality of I don't want the worst to happen to me, and I'm not trying to focus so much on it. But it's very hard to do so when you know in the back of your head, yeah, this is possible. It's not. So, like I said, I think it's one of the things I got to work on this year is to not think with that mentality of, oh yeah, the worst is gonna happen. Oh man, it's gonna be so bad. I'm trying to get past that point this year. Um, but yeah, it's definitely one of those things I have to work on. As always, I definitely want to work on improving me, making me a better me. I mean, getting past that fear is probably one of those things that I'm definitely gonna have to work on this year. But I definitely want to make sure that I'm a better me than I was the year before. Um, I've been good over the years, like recently, trying to be open and honest about who I am, and not make the same mistake of you know keeping everything bottled in and keeping people away from me because I'm worried so much about people's opinions, which technically I'm still am. I'm still worried about what people think of me, just not to the extent that where it was probably about 5 years ago, where I was just like all I wanted to do was like lock myself in a room and try to force myself not to cry about it because it hurt so much. Like nowadays, like I can honestly say I don't feel that. Listen, it still stings, but it doesn't bother me as much as it used to do. Where I was like, this is so annoying. That's irritating. I'm trying to get better at that. I'm trying to say, screw everybody, screw what everybody else thinks about me. Their opinions don't matter. The only people that worry about it at the end of the day is me. And it's hard to not sit there and say some people's opinions don't matter because we live in such a very judgmental society where if you don't fit the status quo, it's a problem. If you don't fall in line like this, it's a problem. And honestly, the status quo is still even to an extent misconstrued in itself. Uh, what we believe is status quo should not be the status quo. Honestly, we got this weird misconstrued idea of what it's supposed to be, when truth is told, what the status quo should be is what we tend to consistently ignore on a regular basis. We put it to the wayside, and it doesn't matter to anybody because it's not. They don't think it's not as important as A, B, and C. So put D, E, and F to the side like it doesn't matter when that should be in the forefront to begin with. So, like I said, I'm trying to move past that point and make my own status quo, if you will, or what I think should be important to me. Because all this should be that's all it should matter. And maybe I can have some kind of influence on people. Who knows? Um, I had some good things happen to me towards the end of 2013 that I really want to make sure they stay that way, if you will. I want to stay on the right track and make sure that these things stay consistent in my life, because I like where these good things could go. Um, am I going to spill the beans on everything? No. I, I'm keeping my deck folded down. I'm trying to keep my poker face up, because I don't want everybody to know everything about what's going on. I mean, I try to keep people posted on what's going on. I don't know exactly where things are going, but I like where they could go. That's all I'm gonna say. Which, you should be rooting me on. Hopefully you are. I mean, I'm not telling everybody to do it, but if you choose to be my guest and do so. Um, but yeah, I like where things could go, and it's you know it's inspiring me somewhat. Um, it's not necessarily a resolution, if you will, but I kind of really want to this year because of how disappointing last year it was. But I definitely want to try to travel somewhere else this year. Kind of making want to trek to somewhere different this year. I didn't go too many places last year. I stayed my happy butt in Georgia. Uh, Most of the time being last year, and I want to get out and do some stuff last year and go some certain places, but that didn't necessarily happen like I want to this year. I almost took an impromptu trip uh, last year, and then I kind of wussed out because it wasn't so much I did wuss out. It's that I had my focus elsewhere, trying to accomplish other things, if you will. I wouldn't necessarily say it was something I need to accomplish, more or less something I wanted to accomplish, because I thought at the time I thought of something I needed to do for my own sake of sanity, if you will. So I didn't lose my daggone mind thinking about it and sitting on it the whole time. So I went ahead and did it anyway, and it didn't go so well. So I kind of wasted up on it, wasted up the opportunity to take an impromptu trip because of that reason right there. Um, yeah, stupid me, shame on me, because it was a trip I would have liked to take because we could have went to Florida, which is something I need to get crossed off my bucket list ASAP, because I've never been to Florida. As sad as it is, I've pretty much been through every state within the southeastern United States except for Florida. So I definitely have to get that crossed off my bucket list, if you will. I gotta make that happen. Uh, but yeah, there's plenty of things I want to do this year. I definitely want to try to make happen and make some kind of stride to make happen this year, because I mean, as good as 2013 was, it wasn't as memorable as I wanted it to be. I had fun, don't get it twisted. I enjoyed it greatly, and I enjoyed the people who I've met and gotten to talk to in 2013. They pretty much made my day, as far as the same old friends and family that stuck by my side 2013 to make it a pretty good year. But I know my years could be better, so I'm really looking forward to what 2014 has in store. Um, Faith has an interesting way of working itself out with certain things, so I'm hoping everything goes good and it works itself out to where I can talk about this year and say, oh, this is a great year. I had tons of great memories this year, so I'm looking forward to it. I think that's all I want to really talk about. Get off my chest this time around. I hope if you do have New Year's resolutions this year, I hope you can stick to them and hang to them and push forward. If not, be like myself most of, if you know you really can't commit to said resolutions, um, because it might impede your progress and your overall makeup of you. Like I said, which is pretty much how I see it. Just stick to your guns and make an impact at some point at least. If not, can't do it in 2014, drop the map and make the plan to do it for 2015, 2016 maybe. Who knows what you're planning out for. But, try to stick to your guns though. But I hope everybody is looking forward to new beginnings in 2014, and I wish everybody good luck. Hope everybody does pretty well. Come back and let me know how everything goes for you in 2014. I'm hoping I can come back in some point within a year and tell you how everything's going with me. But good night, people. Catch you later.